Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey, 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 hey. Hello, Foodie Booties. Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, this is Judy, and welcome back to our channel. Today, as you can tell by my intro, we are going to delve back into the deep end with Chantal Marie, Chantal Show, Foodie Booty, Flobby Bobby, Big Beautiful Me, The Daily Chantal, did I say that already? Chantapolis, whoever, whatever she's calling herself these days, we are checking in with Foodie Beauty over here on this corner of the internet because she is doing the utmost. So in this video, I'm gonna try my best to recap the events of, I don't know, the past week-ish. Now, I did do a video recently where I covered the cultural appropriation of the hijab from Chantal and kind of like how we were just thrown into this world where she was all of a sudden wearing it. I do encourage you to go watch that video because I think I made a lot of good points in it and there was good discussion that came from it. I do want to do some brief follow-up, and before I do that, just let me note that I will have timestamps for all the different parts of this video in the description box so that if you want to skip around to the things that you find to be most relevant, that you can. But I do want to touch on a few things from that last video that I just want to correct real quick before we start talking about how Chantal is willing to throw away her entire channel just to get some dick. Which, like, honestly, truly, you know, I support getting what you need to get, you know, but there will be no eggplant ever worth me giving up, like, the channel that I've worked really hard to build, or anything in my life for that matter. Like, I will always serve me before I serve an eggplant. Does that make sense? Let alone taking into account that she's not even met this man in real life before because he lives hours and hours and hours and hours away in a whole different country. But I digress. Let me give these clarifications on my last video before we jump into today's discussion of all of the other videos that have come since. So one thing I wanted to point out is that a number of people pointed out to me that I was using the words religion and culture interchangeably for discussing Islam and the Muslim religion. I do appreciate pointing that out because obviously Islam is a religion and it is practiced in many different types of cultures, so I think that that is such a great distinction, and I apologize for using those things interchangeably. I do understand the difference, especially now that so many people shared that feedback with me. We should also probably make sure to let Chantal know because, as you'll see potentially in some of the clips I'll show during this video, she also uses the words culture and religion interchangeably. I obviously can't change the way that she talks about those things on her channel. I also want to say that I misspoke about France. I think I made a generalized blanket statement that France banned hijabs in general, which is not true necessarily. They really just banned it in like specific locations and in spaces like schools, for example. Overall, though, that still points to my general commentary that I was trying to make, which is the hijab is something that is often politicized by governments across the world to try to control what women can or can't do when it comes to wearing them. I also have to say many Muslim women and people who wear hijabs did comment in my comment section of the last video sharing their own experiences, and I just want to make sure that we take time to highlight those. Obviously, I can't share them all in a video, but I did try to go and leave a little heart-like to elevate their comments in the comment section of that last video, so please take time to go read them. Like I said in that video, I'm not an expert on the Muslim religion, nor am I an expert on hijabs, any of that, so please listen to people who have these lived experiences, who know more about it. There are things that I feel comfortable enough knowing about that I can speak to Chantal's behavior, but I do appreciate the people who were vulnerable and shared about their own opinions and experiences per their religion or cultures that they wanted to share in those comments. And the last thing I just want to say is that I do firmly believe that cultural and religious appropriation is a thing, and there were a number of people who wanted to, you know, argue with me about that and do a lot of, like, what about isms of like, well, what about that time that Rihanna dressed like the Pope at the Met Gala 4 years ago? And I don't know that it benefits me to further engage in those comments, although I did respond to a few of them here and there. But just know that, like, the tone and the context of the rest of this video is coming from a person who believes that cultures and religions can be appropriated by people. Though many people who did share in the comments, many Muslim women shared that they don't mind when non-Muslim women wear hijabs, just that it's done respectfully. And I think that, again, that's where the questions come in about whether or not Chantal is appropriating something and whether or not we believe that she's doing it respectfully or as like a gag or a costume on her channel. Anyways, at the very least, what Chantal is doing is ill-informed and probably not well-intentioned. She's never historically put any amount of time into research or vetting things on her channel. Not her doodle-doo boyfriend, not any of the like water fast juice diets that she used to do back in the day when I first started reacting to her, not the vegan lifestyle that she tried to live for a while, and certainly not any of her content. Which, by the way, in case you missed the clips at the very end of my last video, she said she was wearing the hijab for content and that she was doing her best to try out what it would feel like to be a Middle Eastern wife.
At myself in the hijab, I kind of felt like not me, you know, like I'll never be able to wear all my cool wigs, you know, like only one other individual in my whole life, one person will ever get to see my hair or my neck or my face or my arms, you know, like only one person is the only person that matters in the entire universe to see my body and to experience my laughter, my joy. Do you know, like, it's like they want to, it's almost like they want to own you in a way. Like, you're theirs, you're their wife, you're theirs. I'm a completely different person today than I was yesterday. Because most people, when they go on camera, they put on an image, so that's what I was doing. But it's an image I was trying out. Like, this is what my future would be. I don't know. The bottom line is, I don't know what I want. I'm lost. I have a lot of work to do on myself. I'm bored with life. I need content. Kuwait is not a place you would... No, I don't think I would want to live there. At first, it was all a romantic dream idea.
Take the next right on Ottawa Regional Road 174.
And a part of me, I went to buy the hijab, and I'm like, you know, I wanted to see, maybe just curious, how it would feel as becoming a Middle Eastern wife.
So yeah, I don't think her intentions on this were well meaning, and I do think it's in bad taste that she was just trying it on as essentially a costume. But the live stream where she said all of that has since been taken down from her channel, amongst others, which we'll talk about in a bit. You know, you're gonna have to just take those clips. Those are the only clips I have as context for what kinds of things she was saying in that particular live stream. After that deleted live stream, though, she did do another live stream where she was wearing the hijab again and introducing her VIBzers to her new boyfriend, Sallah. And she also had made him a moderator for her channel. And allow me to share just a few highlights from that stream. It was a very long stream, or like longer than I wanted to really watch. So I'll try to break it down as much as I can. But she really wanted to let people know that she's not changing for this man, but also she is changing for this man, and these are going to be good changes.
I'm not changing for a man. I'm fully not even changing. It's not like bad changes. To me, these are good things. I feel like I need to make changes in my life. I need to cut out the weed, not for a man, but just, look, I have somebody willing to be super supportive with me, knowing how fucked up my past is. That means a lot to me.
And she goes on to show that she's really, truly well-meaning about this change, because she goes on to talk about all the ways that wearing a hijab is going to change her and make her better, including things like looking cute and getting to save on food in Kuwait.
And honestly, there's so many cute pins you can wear. You know, like this. Look at this. Isn't this cute? Oh my god, that's so cute. Sallah was saying like his whole meal today cost $3 Canadian. Like I could eat, like my money will go so far. And not just that, I don't have to really pay for anything when I'm there. He has like everything, a car, place, food, like everything. Like he has a job, he's not a bum. So I don't have to worry about that, you know? And I like that. I like, you know, that I'm like somebody who's independent, you know? Shop at Walmart instead of Farm Boy. Cook your own food instead of buying takeout. There's lots of ways to eat more cheaply. No, but you can eat really well for cheap. I don't want to eat fucking... I'm kidding.
And she's obviously taking this religious garment very seriously. So like I said, in the meantime, between time, she modded him in his chat, and he was just like blocking people for being disrespectful.
Because I told him, Fupa, I want to try to be more positive in my channel. I don't think that really disrespectful comments, you know, should be tolerated. I don't think so. You know, I think he, you know, a lot of people don't realize like what kind of chat I have. And it's probably like the nasty words are probably shocking. And, you know, if you see someone being nasty to your girlfriend, are you not going to want to block them if you're their mod? You know? So that's probably what it is. Okay, yeah, you don't... People who say the F word, it's okay. They don't need to be... Just people who are insulting, like really insulting. I will talk more. Like, we'll talk more. This is new, so we'll talk more about, like, what to do for moderating and stuff like that. But all hail the Holy Trinity, yes.
But please, Sister Sue, tell me how you're going to add this man as a moderator to your channel, the primary source for your income, the thing that keeps whatever roof you have over your head, and not give him any instructions, any guidance on how to do this. Just let him run free, do whatever the fuck he wants. To quote the legendary sassy gay friend of YouTube fame, you met him on a Thursday, it's barely Sunday. Slow the fuck down, crazy. And on that note, she's also planning other business ventures with him.
I don't think it will kill my channel. I think it will change it a little bit. Maybe it won't be as popular, but we plan on doing other business ventures anyways. So...
Which, by the way, I saw this after I already filmed this video, but she totally posted this on her community tab where she says she's going to be taking time away from YouTube because she has other business ventures, which to me says homeboy asked her to invest in some business that's not real and she's gonna get scammed. I don't know that for a fact, but that's like my educated guess on what's going on here.
Like, you've literally known him for barely 2 seconds, and the day before this stream happened, you were like bragging about sleeping with a married man. So I'm confused why we're jumping full steam into this. It's also very confusing because in this live stream, she was actively also telling people that she was still going to be beezing with them and live streams and things like that.
I really, really, really need you guys to be respectful of certain things, if you don't mind, in my chat from now on. We can still beeze. We are going to beeze hardcore. So it's very, very drastic change for you guys because, you know, it's actually not really. I mean, I'm still going to beeze. The only differences are that I'm just going to be working on a relationship with somebody, and I would really like you guys to be welcoming and nice, please.
And if you don't know what beezing is, that's basically her term for just like behaving badly. She used to use it to describe her cats behaving badly, and now she uses it to describe herself eating a shit ton of food on camera, getting high as balls on camera, and sometimes also getting drunk as fuck on camera. But that all came to an end because the next video she posted was a video called No More Live Streams. Dearly beloved, we gather here to say our goodbyes. Here she lives Chantal's live stream era. No one really knew her worth. Yes, seemingly now her live stream era is over. Please pay your respects in the chat because she's allegedly done for now until, I don't know, this man does something bad to her and she's over it, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I have to say a theme of these new videos for her is interestingly choosing to add like Middle Eastern-esque music into her videos. And this video also includes footage of her cat. I don't know which one is which because I'm not familiar with her cats like that. But one of her cats like literally looking like it's contemplating ending it all by jumping out of the window of her apartment. Which, like, honestly, can you blame the cat? Like, can you blame the cat for thinking about risking it all to escape whatever's about to come from fucking Chantal Marie? But yes, she is ready to profess that she is in love with this man that she's barely known for 2 seconds, let alone never met in real life.
Sometimes you meet the love of your life when you least expect it. Things happen for a reason.
And she does, of course, also let people know that live streams are over and she recognizes that Beezers will be upset.
So the topic of today's video is going to probably upset a lot, if not all of my Beezers. I will not be doing live streams anymore. I will be going to a recorded video format from now on. I think this will be better for me, and I've had a lot of time to think about it.
Which, like, honestly, they should be. I'm not sure that they will, because these people that pay for memberships to her channel will just, like, give this woman money till the end of time, I believe. Like the people that are still there, I'm not convinced at this point that there's anything that she could do that would drive these people away. And I do think recorded content could potentially be better for her. I've been saying this actually since she started doing the live streams. Actually, it was during that time that both her and Amber Lynn were live streaming all the time. I was like, this has to be awful for like growing your audience, right? Like, how do I, if I'm like scrolling through YouTube, looking for new channels, looking for things that pop up in my recommended, why would I click on any one of her channels as somebody who's never heard her before? So I do think that there is an opportunity to grow in terms of like the people who subscribe to her. But on the other hand, right now, her whole monthly income is probably mostly based in the memberships, right? And the memberships are mostly tied to her live streaming. And she also gets a lot of super chats from live streaming. And so without that, I'm curious if like the AdSense revenue alone is going to be enough. It looks like her views are actually, in my opinion, doing somewhat better than a live stream. Ish, if not better, like about the same. So I think view-wise, it'll probably be fine. But I just don't know if you're going to be able to match the income of like the super chats and the memberships. You know what I'm saying? And at first I was a little concerned that she wasn't going to pump out the pre-recorded videos enough to like make up for that. Like I didn't think she really had it in her to post videos consistently enough, but she's posted a new video like damn near every day. In fact, I'm filming this on a Tuesday so I can post it on Wednesday after I've already left for my vacation. And I wouldn't be surprised if she posts something and I don't get a chance to cover it in this video. But if you are concerned about the memberships, you might be interested in knowing that she's gonna find out something to do with the memberships. She just doesn't know what.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my memberships. I am thinking about that and I will update you further. Because it is not live streams, I understand if you want to stop your membership. I am planning on finding another use for them. Maybe some extra content that is members only, so that way they will be private and only members will be able to access them. And I would ask that you please respect that. Otherwise, I will have to try to
go to other venues to protect myself.
Which in Chantal land really means like, just keep paying me money to receive nothing, because I'm not going to do anything different. You're just going to keep paying me monthly for a membership to this channel. And honestly, right now she's already allegedly broke anyway, so maybe she just doesn't care if she loses opportunities for income. Like, maybe that's not even on her radar. Maybe the dick really is that good. It can't be. She's never even had it in real life up to this point. She also talks about how live streaming was compromising her mental health.
Doing the live streams and doing them so often is really compromising my privacy, and it is actually taking a toll on my mental health. When I was in therapy, my therapist did mention this to me, that comments and constant negativity might be affecting me in ways that I don't realize. And I think that has manifested itself in anger rages and so on and so forth, that you have seen that I'm so infamous for.
And she brought up therapy, and I'm like, girl, you're doing all of this nonsense when you could still just be in therapy. Like, you'll literally do all of this before you'll just sit down and talk to a therapist. And also, like, the negativity is still gonna happen regardless of whether you do live streams or not. And I hope you do realize that, Chantal. Like, you have created such a toxic culture, and I really mean that. I really do. In this video, she also talks about, like, having a homestead here in Canada and not forgetting about Pete's and the cats.
My plan is to have, as I'm a Canadian, have a homestead here, and I will never forget about Pete's and my cats. So I'm planning on dealing with the move, getting all settled in and everything like that. And then possibly in the future, I'm not sure exactly when, one day you will see me in a video where I'm already in another country.
Which I find interesting because she's supposed to be moving into some kind of mansion with Pete's and the cats. So I'm like, girl, why are you already setting this up like you're going to be leaving them behind, all for a man you've barely known? Like, you're getting ready to drop everything to go live with this man in another country. To be fair, she says she's not completely leaving Canada behind, but I'm just like, girl, then why are we talking about it like you're leaving Pete's and the cats forever and you won't forget about them? And I'm also confused because she brings up wanting to do more vlogs but not wanting them to be so personal like her live streams were.
I think that I will be doing more videos, more vlogs, as I said, and those will consist of a variety of different things. Talking about different things, doing different things is my goal. I would like to really talk about different things about my life, but not be so personal.
But if you're vlogging and it's not personal, then what the fuck are we gonna be watching? Like, for real, for real. Like, what exactly is there to see? Like, how do you vlog about your life and not share what's happening personally? It's not checking out for me. So that's that, and surprisingly she hasn't live streamed since, at least not at the time of filming this video. But she has started privating a lot of old videos, live streams, whoever, whatever, and it's starting to pop up on her social blade where you can see that, like, she's drastically lost a lot of views. That's what happens on social blade when a creator goes in and privates a bunch of things. It'll show as, like, negative numbers of views. And for what it's worth, a lot of people think that she'll lose a lot of money because of this, but I have to say, like, she probably already made the money that she was gonna make off of those live streams and videos. I can't imagine that a lot of those old live streams have a lot of, like, replayability to them outside of, like, for people like me or other creators who make content about her who might be going back into the archives to try and pull a receipt or things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people make their original, like, money on a video when it happens, like when they first put it out there. It's not like most people are racking up a lot of money on old videos, although you can make, like, small amounts of money off of old videos, obviously, from the ads and stuff that are on them. And honestly, even on the more recent ones, as long as she didn't, like, completely delete them, I believe she should still make the money off of those videos as well. But there is something to be said about, like, creators viewers having a backlog of old videos. I know people watch my old videos all the time and tell me about that, and I do make some level of money off of those views as well. So she is potentially, you know, like cheating herself out of the opportunity to make money on that old content as well. So the No More Live Streams video is followed up with a video called Here's the Truth. And one thing I don't think up until this point I've talked about enough, but has been present for the entire hijab era of her channel thus far, is this fake sugary sweet ass voice that is obviously not real, since we've seen her talk in real time on live streams, and what she really sounds like is nothing like this. And one of the things that's going to start happening in the remaining videos we have left to talk about today is she's going to start talking about her experience with the hijab as though she's worn them forever, and she has so many experiences and knowledge to share with us about hijabs. So for instance, in this video, she starts it off by letting us know she's gonna go where she regularly buys her hijabs.
And so I'm gonna go buy some new ones. So I thought I would just take you and show you kind of the inside of the store where I go, and one of the types of stores that I go and get my hijabs from.
Girl, you've not been doing this any longer than like 4 days at this point. Like, get a fucking grip. Stop making it sound like you've been doing this your whole life. And honestly, this particular video and also the Thanksgiving one that we're going to talk about in a bit are very hard to make transformative because they're so fucking boring. Like, good luck, girl, making this money on these vlogs you're doing while you're not live streaming, because if this is the kind of content we're going to get, nobody cares. Nobody wants to sit and watch you watch a bunch of fall leaves or whatever. Or, well, maybe they do, but not enough to make an impact on your views. So she does share the real truth.
I will get to the real truth about how I'm feeling. I have been truthful about my feelings. So all of these decisions that you see me making in my life right now, all of these changes have been brewing for a while. I do share a lot of my life with people online, and a lot of my life has been not private for so long. And I'm just at a point in my life now that I feel like I want my privacy back. I want some self-respect back.
And the truth seemingly seems to be that she's been thinking about this for a long time, and she wants her privacy back. And the concept that she's been thinking about this and that this has been brewing for a long time is kind of bullshit in my opinion, because you have been live streaming your life like nearly all day, every day for the past year and a half, 2 years, I don't know how long exactly. You keep saying that you want you want privacy because you just feel like you've shared everything about your life, but yet most people did not see this coming from your channel, but yet you've been thinking about all of these changes for so long. Like, I'm gonna show more examples of this as we go through this video, but that shit is not adding up for me. And if you don't want to show us like private things, you better start showing us something fucking interesting, because this particular video is stinky poo-poo boring. And as we all knew, but she just provides the confirmation, she does say that the reason she was live streaming is just because she's lazy and didn't have the motivation to actually try to make any kind of meaningful content on her channel.
I found that live streaming was very helpful when I was going through a time where I just didn't feel motivated to edit videos and to create content for you guys.
Like, good for you, you're doing the bare minimum of like filming and editing videos now. You're a YouTuber, for God's sake. She also makes another note that memberships will be changed soon, which again is code for keep paying me while I do absolutely nothing for you. And she also notes that not live streaming will allegedly make her more intentional about her content and not having verbal diarrhea.
It is really good for me because it forces me to not just turn on the camera and just verbal diarrhea. It forces me to think and do things with intention. It forces me to be creative about what I'm going to be doing. It's going to force me to actually get back to being a content creator, because I'm going to have to be very creative with the content that I come out with now. And really, I'll probably just still share whatever I want to. And at least with the recorded videos, I get to pick and choose. I get to edit my life.
And I do agree with that to some extent. Like, I agree with where she's coming from. I think she's trying to frame it as, oh, look how reflective I am in choosing what content I post, and look how thoughtful I'm being. Whereas I really think it's more like, oh, I recognize that if I keep live streaming, I have no ability to control the bullshit that comes out of my mouth. And so if I actually sat down and took the time to be more intentional about what I post, then maybe people would get to call me out less on my bullshit bigotry. She wants to manufacture a narrative where she's being good and we're only seeing what she wants us to see. There's no way that I believe that she isn't out and about raging inside the villa with Pete's over things that have happened, because she's been out here still like striking channels, which we'll get to, and shit like that. So you know she's raging behind the scenes. The next video is the Happy Canadian Thanksgiving video where she goes and spends time with her family for Canadian Thanksgiving. The thumbnail does say I'm all in and shows her in like a head-to-toe dress with a hijab on, so that's, you know, fascinating. I think the most interesting thing about this video was Chantal mistaking a plaque in a park as being a gravestone. Like, girly, please. And this type of content might be for somebody, but I'm not that somebody. If you're new to my channel, this will be brand new information for you. If you're not new to my channel, this is not new information. But I hate when YouTubers just string a whole bunch of clips together and just play royalty-free music over it. Like, if I wanted to listen to music, I would just go listen to stuff on Apple Music, which I can then choose whatever I want to listen to while I watch your clips, you know? Like, give me some kind of voiceover. Give me some kind of understanding of, like, what I'm even looking at. I don't understand why so many YouTubers do that. And the only other thing I'll say about this video is just that in general, she again talks about wanting privacy in this video, despite the fact that, like, she's showing us more of time with her family than she's shown us in recent history. So it's just like, I don't understand, what kind of privacy are we talking about here? Like, what is it that you want to keep private? Because it doesn't seem to be your family. It seems like maybe you just don't want, like, the bad shit you do to be public to everybody. But also, it's just so silly because you could live stream and still be private and maintain your privacy. I live stream Monday through Thursday most weeks on Twitch, and there's very rarely times where I like live stream about my personal life. I do actually talk about my personal life way more on my Twitch live streams than I do over here on YouTube. But it's just like, I can still not share everything about everything that's happening in my life. You just don't possess that ability to keep things private. Like, you could do that exactly the same way as you can with the recorded content, and you're just not. It doesn't make any sense. Your argument is stupid. Which finally brings us to the most recent video she's posted, at least at the time of filming this video for you all, which was called "Why Are You Wearing a Hijab on Your Head?" Which I think is supposed to be her continued justification for why she's doing this. Honestly, I don't feel like it gives any more new additional insight into why she's doing this outside of what she's already told us, but we will get into her reasonings provided in this video and the research that she did. I will say that she does take time to acknowledge that she's aware that the hijab is something that has been politicized in places like France and Iran, which I also have mentioned in my videos, so at least she's publicly acknowledging that to some extent and realizing that, like, a lot of other women don't have the same choices and freedoms that she does when it comes to either choosing to wear one or not. But she does go into this diatribe about wanting to talk about her personal experiences with the hijab.
I'm here to talk about my personal beliefs and experiences with the hijab. I can assure you, despite what everyone is saying online, that I wear this with the utmost respect and humbleness.
Again, she makes it sound like she's been wearing this for more than a week. Girl, it hasn't even been a week. What kind of personal experiences have you collected up to this point when you have to realize that the majority of women who do wear hijabs have been wearing it for a good chunk of their life? Like, maybe just like sit down for a second, learn and listen if this is something you're very actually serious about, and try to understand from people who have had this lived experience what they're going through. And again, she talks about not wanting to share her deepest, darkest thoughts at all times with the public, and how she didn't always share that she's been thinking about wanting to make these kinds of changes in her life.
In all honesty, I don't communicate my inner deepest, most thoughts all times of the day with you guys, with the public. So there are a lot of internal changes that have been happening inside me.
But also you say that you're not doing live streams anymore because you wanted privacy. So are you saying that you do share everything and you can't do that anymore, and that previously you were sharing everything? Because again, most of the people who watch you are surprised that this is the sudden turn of events. One of these things can't be true. Either you don't share whatever is on your mind at all times, or you did previously have the ability to live stream and be selective about what you've shared on the internet, because clearly you haven't been sharing all of these changes that you wanted to make with everybody. And she also shares about how this is in fact wanting to change for a man, but also that the hijab transformed her the second she put it on.
I have entered a serious relationship with a wonderful man who comes from an Islamic nation. And out of respect and devotion to one man, I choose to wear this in respect for myself, respect for my partner, respect for his culture. And I am not being forced to wear this. I wear this as my own choosing. And I chose this the moment I tried it on, actually. There's something that transformed in me the moment I put on the hijab. That's why the change was so instantaneous. It's almost as if I've opened up a new door, a new world.
Like, girl, please be fucking serious right now. Please. Please, get the fuck out of here. That is not how a hijab works. You don't just suddenly, magically transform into a new, better person. Now, I know I previously talked about the history of research that Chantal does in this video earlier and just in general on my channel. Frequently, in the past, especially when it came to like the juice cleanses, the water fast, things like that, she loved to quote like a Netflix documentary, some scam websites on the internet, and this video is maybe just as bad as that, if not worse. But before we get into the specific bad research she did, let me just note that she talks about how she did all of this research after she started wearing a hijab.
There are a lot of misconceptions about the hijab. So I did a little bit of research on my own because I did feel a little bit guilty at first. Like, am I allowed to wear this? What's going on, you know?
She started doing the research because she felt guilty that maybe she wasn't supposed to wear it. Now, doesn't that seem like something you would fucking do before you started wearing one? But yeah, her bad research is citing the business and the CEO of a business that sells hijabs.
So I found a website called Haute Hijab, and it's a hijab shopping website. And the CEO actually answered this question very, very thoroughly. If I'm not Muslim, can I wear a hijab? And a lot of the points made sense. So I'll just read a little bit of it for you.
Yeah, bestie, that's how capitalism works. Of course, the owner of this brand wants more people to feel comfortable buying their product. They gotta sell products to stay in business. And that's not to say that the CEO is wrong or that is incorrect. It's just to say that maybe a business whose job is to sell hijabs to people and probably wants more people to buy is probably not the best resource, or at least not the only resource you should be using and citing when you're trying to defend your opinions, you know? And she also spends a lot of time in this video talking about other people devoting themselves to God and faith and things like that. But she doesn't talk about that being a part of her experience. I've heard some people say that, like, in the tags of this video, she tags things like converting to Islam and things like that. And you can, with certain, like, extensions on Chrome and things like that, see the tags that people have in videos. I just don't have that extension. So I haven't verified that, but I've heard that people have seen those tags on this video once you use one of those extensions. And despite saying earlier in the video that the hijab transformed her overnight, like immediately when she put it on, she now claims that she can't change overnight.
So no, I'm not an instantaneously changed woman overnight. I see people trying to rub my past in my face. I understand that it's such a drastic change. But honestly, if we're really honest, it's a good one.
Like, she can't even be consistent in the span of a 8-minute video. Honestly, though, what's most annoying about this video to me, quite truly and honestly, is just that she speaks from a place of, like, authority and expertise on something that I don't think she has the authority or expertise to speak on. Again, I'm not saying that folks can't do all of this, but, like, you've been wearing it for less than a week and you think that you have the authority to speak on all of these things, and I'm just not convinced that you do. So that's that, really. That was the whole week since I last covered this topic. Well, a little less than a week since I last covered this topic. And obviously a lot has happened. I'm curious to see where she goes with this. I think it's probably the most obnoxious thing she's done in a while outside of all of the nod or doodle do stuff. So, I don't know. I'm surprised it's lasted this long, honestly. But I do have to say, I know some people think that this is like a distraction from this move that's coming up, or the alleged eviction, or perhaps it's also like a distraction from something going on with Nader. He's been involved with some like court cases and things like that I haven't really covered on my channel. But honestly, this really all checks out to me. It feels very par for the course for Chantal. All of this is such like classic Chantal, both of past and present, okay? Like, one, throwing away her channel for a man. We just got done watching her do that for Nod or Doodle Doo. It's surprising that her channel is even still around after his presence on it. Two, jumping into things with little to no research, i.e. all of the juice and water fasts and things she used to do back when she focused on weight loss as a concept on her channel. And three, this fake sugary sweet voice to try to play some character that we all know she's not. Like, all of these things are really checking out for her. It's just like a slightly new variation of them all. And like maybe a slightly more offensive one. You know, that maybe that's number 4, bigotry. Like being unthoughtful about the marginalized cultures she might be impacting, or marginalized people or religions that she might be negatively impacting. And on top of that, she's also, so maybe this is number 5, striking channels still, which y'all know I was one of the first channels she ever struck back in the day. And there's been many since me, and I'm sure the most recent one, which was Just Breezin' of the Love Triangle fame, you know, the Love Triangle with garlic bread. Just Breezin' was struck by Miss Chantal Marie as well, and it was a whole thing because she struck her, and then she commented on a video and said, oh my gosh, like, I shouldn't have done this. I'm so sorry. I've learned about copyright and now understand that you didn't do anything wrong. And then I guess, like, the strike got removed, but it got removed because YouTube wanted it removed, not because of anything Chantal did. So Chantal really isn't changed. Nothing has changed about her. These are all behaviors, patterns, and characteristics of a Chantal that we've known for a long time over in this corner of the internet. And I just want to remind Chantal that therapy's always an option, you know? There's still time. You don't have to let another dick take you and your channel down, you know? You don't have to do all this for a man. Therapy's always an option. Ain't no dick that good. I promise you.
Y'all, I can't even make this up. I'm editing this. I'm like just wrapping up editing this at like 10:15 p.m. my time, Chicago time, Central time. and she is literally live streaming right now. I said at the beginning of this video, and I'm not going back and editing it because that is like literally 30 minutes ago in this video at this point, but she said she was doing no more live streams, and here she is Tuesday night doing a live stream called Sneaky Bees. She's doing it in vertical mode, not even the landscape mode, and honestly, I haven't even got to listen to any of it, so whatever she's doing in it, that just isn't going to be included in this video, but I'm sure some other creators will definitely be covering it, so feel free to go check those out if you need to.
Anyways, that's all I have time for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I would love to hear your thoughts down below, of course, as always. And if you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share. Follow me on all my social media, including my gaming channel, where I play fun video games, and my Twitch channel, where I react to other silly videos that aren't Chantal or Amber Lynn. And check out my merch as well down below. I had so much fun today, kind of, and I hope you did too, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!